Let's talk about number 5, lutein and zeaxanthin. Both of these can help you see better. Both of these protect the eye against oxidation. So they're very protective. They're very necessary. They also protect you against too much UV radiation. These two phytonutrients are also in kale. They're in pistachios. They're also in Swiss chard. There's actually more of it in kale and Swiss chard and pistachios than egg yolk, but in the egg yolk, it's way more bioavailable. So you're actually going to get more of it if you consume egg yolks than these other things. So it's not just the total amounts, it's how much you can absorb. Let's talk about number 6, floaters. If you have floaters, that means you have damaged proteins that are floating around in the eyeball. So getting your body in a state of autophagy is going to be the smartest thing to do with that. How do you do that? You start doing intermittent fasting, and then you fast longer, like you might go 48 hours, wait a couple weeks, and then you go like 72 hours. When you start doing prolonged fasting, your body's going to go into this recycling mode and start cleaning up damaged proteins, and those floaters are going to go bye-bye. Now, number 7, I did touch on glaucoma a bit ago with Dr. Harold Shell. I'm going to put a link down below with his book, but he recommends taking higher doses of vitamin D3 with K2 and magnesium to help get rid of glaucoma, and he gets great results. I have found there's some research on also taking niacin. Let's talk about cataracts, and that usually comes from consuming a lot of sugar. Hidden sugar is like starches. As you clean up the diet and you get rid of the junk food and you do intermittent fasting, there's a great remedy that works fantastic with cataracts, animals and humans. You have to search it out. NAC as a natural remedy. It stands for N-acetylcarnosine. This comes in drops, and you put it on the outside of your eye, the cornea. It gets absorbed, it goes right into the lens, and it breaks up and dissolves those little glycated proteins. So it's super effective of reversing cataracts. I'm not going to guarantee it's going to work for you. I don't know what stage you're at, but it's worth a shot, especially since it's not that expensive. There are other things that can prevent cataracts. Going on a low-carb diet. Benfotiamine, carnosine is another thing that's really good, but you can get carnosine when you have red meat. It's loaded with carnosine. Saffron is a fantastic remedy for age-related macular degeneration. It has been found to improve vision. I don't want to go too far into the details, but it's another remedy that works really good for the macula. Now, number 10 is get a reading light if you're over the age of 50, because in the process of doing all this, it's going to take some time. And if you wanted just to see a lot better quickly, you can just get a good light. I'm going to tell you the light I'm going to recommend. It's called a high CCT warm light, LED, between 3,000 and 4,000 K. Okay, you can just do a search on that. And you want that light facing the surface or the book you're reading or the computer that you're looking at. So the light is enhancing your ability to see. 11, super important. This is a sunlight hack. If you were to watch the sunrise or watch the sunset and not look at the sun, but look around the sun and allow some of those rays to get in your eyes, you would be doing a version of this right here. You're going to reset your circadian rhythm much better. You're also going to generate more intracellular melatonin, which is going to help you sleep. It's a powerful antioxidant that does a lot of other things, very therapeutic. Let's talk about number 12. This is called the desk reset. And the way to remember this is 20-20-20 rule, okay? If you're sitting at your desk all day long, like today, I had to do a lot of research on different things. I was at my computer for at least 10 hours so far. So every 20 minutes, I have a window, and I'm going to look 20 feet out and focus on something. Ideally, it'd be good to go outside. And I have taken breaks today and went outside. And what you do for 20 seconds, you focus on something 20 feet away. Anyone can do that. It's super therapeutic, and it kind of reverses that accommodation cramp that you have in your eye. Now, while you're doing this, okay, for 20 seconds, every 5 seconds, you want to blink. Every 5 seconds, you want to blink as you're doing this, as you're focusing. Why? Because when you're in front of the computer, not only do you not blink as often, but you don't completely blink all the way down, and your eyes can dry out, and that drying can cause fatigue in the eyes. So this is another thing that's actually very, very important that also relates to number 13, which is dry eye. Being in front of your computer can really dry your eyes out. Also, a lack of vitamin A will cause dryness of the eye, but there's one other cause of dry eye that I need to make you aware of, and that is a problem with the autonomic nervous system. When you are deficient in vitamin B1, the autonomic nervous system doesn't work that great anymore, and that system controls the smooth muscle that controls your glands. And for this example, I'm talking about the tear ducts. You're going to have a lack of secretion of tears, and that's going to dry them out. And the antidote is B1. But you must also correct the reason why you're deficient in B1. A lot of carbohydrates, diabetes type 1, drinking a lot of coffee or tea can really deplete you of B1. And then the last point I want to talk about is these advanced glycated end products. This is that glycation when sugar connects with protein. This happens when you consume a lot of junk food and things like that. But there's things that can reverse that. Going on a low-carb diet, doing intermittent fasting. Another thing you can do to reduce this is alpha-lipoic acid, reduces AGEs. And again, this can also help if you have an advanced visual problems involving your lens being very rigid, or you have a lot of complications from diabetes anywhere in your body, or you have advanced cataracts. You need to be doing all these things I'm mentioning. Exercise is a big one as well. Polyphenols, like certain herbs like turmeric, resveratrol, and even dark chocolate. But probably the number one most powerful thing that can help you with this, as well as other problems with the eye, is vitamin D. Vitamin D is one of the best anti-inflammatories. It helps break this up. Always make sure you take magnesium with your vitamin D. And if you really want to know what vitamin D does in the body, not necessarily with diseases, but actually what it actually does, there's a fascinating video that I want to share with you right now, and it's right here. Check it out.